you guys, welcome to this month's video. Today we're going to be talking about fertility boosting foods. Oh my gosh, I love talking about food in general, so this is going to be a very exciting video ahead. As you guys know, I am preparing for our next frozen embryo transfer. It's going to be this summer, probably around the end of July, beginning of August. We are about 3 months out, and this is around the time 2 years ago with our first frozen embryo transfer that I really started focusing on my nutrition, eating fertility boosting foods, nutrient dense foods. I just really started to focus in on my fertility health in general so that I could create the best possible chance of having the embryo stick. So here we go again, exactly 2 years later for round 2 for our second frozen embryo transfer. For those of you who are brand new, our first frozen embryo transfer was successful. I now have a 1-year-old. His name is Quinn. He is my IVF miracle. And I say this like every video that I really honestly look at him every day and can't believe he's here. So many years, over 10 years of infertility, 2 rounds of egg retrieval surgeries, and really like doubting the whole process the whole time. I really didn't think I was gonna ever be a mom. So a year later, I'm still kind of processing it all like, oh my gosh, how are you here? He is a joy. He's such a handful as he's starting to walk now and getting into all the things, and we baby proofed our whole house. But you know what? All of the challenges are so worth it, and I'm really hoping for baby number 2. Along with preparing my body for the next frozen embryo transfer, I have been in communication with my fertility clinic again. And so next month's YouTube video is gonna be a huge update for you guys on what's been happening with my fertility clinic. I've gotten a few labs drawn. I've been starting the progesterone pill to try to kickstart my body into a period, which has been the problem this whole time. Pre-pregnancy is normally I don't menstruate, and if I do menstruate, I don't have regular periods. So we are trying to hone in on all that now that I've had a baby. Has anything changed? So stay tuned for next month's video because I'm going to be going into all of that. A big update for you guys on kind of the latest and greatest on what's been going on to prepare for the frozen embryo transfer in terms of what my fertility clinic is having me do now and kind of what the plan is currently. Also, if you're coming across my videos for the first time, welcome to my channel. I focus on fertility health specifically, but also I throw in videos of new motherhood here and there. And then of course, IVF informational videos. And I'm very open. I love sharing my IVF journey, my infertility journey in hopes of helping others out. Okay, so let's get into the video. This video is gonna be very simple because when it comes to our health, when it comes to fertility, I try to keep it super simple so that you're not overwhelmed by like, should I do this? Should I do that? Blah, blah, blah. Like these foods that I'm about to tell you are my top foods that I'm eating to help my body prepare for the next transfer. It's also the foods that I ate for the last transfer. So it's going to be very simple. So those of you who are in kind of the same boat as me looking at preparing for your embryo transfer, maybe you can follow some of these foods that I'm eating, or maybe you can learn something, but I don't want it to be confusing and I don't want it to be like overwhelming and complicated because nutrition doesn't have to be complicated. It's supposed to be very simple, and I don't want any of you to be overwhelmed. The other thing I do want to tell you is I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on nutrition. I'm just telling you what has worked for me in the past and what I'm doing now. So maybe you can kind of like get some inside knowledge on your situation, and maybe this will help you out. Also, those of you who are going through IVF, like the stim medications and your egg retrieval surgeries, these foods are also good for you too. So starting off with the foods that I eat every day that are the most important for me to eat every day to the foods that aren't so important, not so crucial to me to eat every day. So starting with the most important foods that are important for me to help boost my fertility are foods high in omega-3 fatty acids. Studies have shown that the more omega-3 fatty acids that are in your diet, the better your fertility is. So every single day I do eat nuts and seeds, but the nuts that I eat every day, no matter what, are walnuts and Brazil nuts. Walnuts are a very cool superfood, and the reason for that is because walnuts are the nut that's highest in omega-3 fatty acids, but the omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts are a fatty acid called ALA, and I'll put like what it really stands for on the bottom of the screen because I always forget the full name, but it's a fully plant-based omega-3. And what's very cool is that just a handful of walnuts, so just a serving of walnuts a day, is your full daily need for omega-3s. So if you just eat walnuts every day, you don't need to eat any other foods high in omega-3s because walnuts will cover all that for you. Of course, you do want to eat more foods, more variety of foods with omega-3 fatty acids, but if you just eat a handful of walnuts a day, you're covered. So they are the highest in omega-3 fatty acids. Pretty much all nuts and seeds are high in omega-3s, so you can't go wrong really with any nut and seed that you eat if you don't like walnuts, but walnuts are just really, really high in omega-3s and also very good for your brain, your fertility. I mean, they just pack in a whole lot of nutrition in like just a little handful. They're also very high in antioxidants, so we'll get into antioxidants in a little bit. So hands down, if I don't eat any other food that helps fertility, I'll eat walnuts. That's like the most important food that I'll eat every day is a handful of walnuts. So other foods very high in omega-3s, of course, are salmon and small fish like sardines and mackerel. So Josh is the cook in the house right now because I'm on baby duty at night. So I do Quinn's bedtime routine, bath, his dinner, all that. So Josh does the cooking at night, which works out. I miss cooking, but he's really good and fast at it. So it kind of works out that way. So he does make a salmon for us at least once a week. We both love salmon. It's good for us, high in protein, high in omega-3s. So salmon's a really good source of omega-3s. But besides salmon, the general rule is the smaller the fish, the higher in omega-3s. So sardines are super high in omega-3 fatty acids, mackerel. I think another one is herring. I don't think I've ever had herring before. So I have a little thing of sardines here. I get these at Costco, like in a big pack, because otherwise these are a little bit expensive. But the easiest way for me to eat these small fish is just top it on top of a salad, which I haven't done in a while. I need to get back into salads. I'm in so much of a rush now taking care of Quinn that salads almost take too much time. I need to get better at it and get into it because I am slacking on eating these small fish, but I normally put them on top of a salad. It's very easy to eat that way. To me, I love these little fish. If you don't like fish, then just stick with like walnuts, nuts, seeds. Speaking of seeds, the seed really high in omega-3s is flaxseed. Now, when you eat flaxseed, you actually want to grind it or you want to buy the already ground form of flaxseed because it's easier for us to digest already ground flaxseed versus like the whole flaxseed. It's easier for our system to break it down. And it's easier for our digestive system to absorb the omega-3s. So if you buy flaxseed, make sure you buy the ground kind or you grind it yourself, put it into smoothies. I always top it on top of yogurt. It's the easiest way for me to eat flaxseed. But flaxseed is very high in nutrition, very good for our fertility and really high in omega-3s. So second thing I'm focusing on eating are foods high in antioxidants. It is very important for us to eat foods high in antioxidants every day to help our bodies stay at like the optimal functioning level for health. Because if our bodies don't have to work very hard at staying healthy, then our bodies can focus on fertility health a lot easier, can focus on getting pregnant and staying pregnant and growing a baby way easier if it doesn't have to work very hard at staying healthy. And antioxidants really help our bodies stay healthy, stay at the optimal like level of health. And the reason for that is antioxidants reduce oxidative stresses on our bodies. What is oxidative stress, right? So oxidative stress is when we have too many free radicals in our body to antioxidants. So there's a lot of free radicals in our bodies and not enough antioxidants. And so what's a free radical? So a free radical are unstable atoms that cause damage to our healthy cells, causing diseases. So antioxidants neutralizes free radicals and prevents them from harming our cells, from causing diseases. Basically, we want to eat foods high in antioxidants to reduce that oxidative stress in our bodies, which oxidative stress is when we have too many free radicals outnumbering the antioxidants, and those free radicals can cause a lot of harm to our bodies. And so the antioxidants literally combat the free radicals so that our bodies can stay healthy, preventing disease and just promoting overall health, especially fertility. So hopefully that all makes sense. You hear like antioxidants thrown around all the time, free radicals, oxidative stress. So that's what all of that means. That basically oxidative stress is just too many free radicals in the body. Free radicals are unstable atoms that cause harm to our tissues and cells, causing diseases. So we want antioxidants to combat the free radicals, to keep our bodies healthy and reduce that oxidative stress. We all have oxidative stress because of our environment, because of pesticides in our food and toxins that we're exposed to. So just assume that we all are under oxidative stress. And so the more antioxidant foods you eat, the better your health is going to be. So in turn, the better your fertility health is going to be. So eating antioxidants and eating omega-3s, like they're neck and neck. They're both very, very important to me. So my number one food high in antioxidants that I really pretty much eat every day are blueberries. So blueberries and walnuts pretty much every single day. The other food that's really high in antioxidants is dark chocolate. So blueberries and dark chocolate probably have the most antioxidants in them of all foods. There's like a big group of foods that are really high in antioxidants. So blueberries are up there, dark chocolate is up there. And if you kind of think of a color wheel, like blue, purple, red, orange, all in that spectrum is foods high in antioxidants. So you can find a produce, fruit, or vegetable that is blue, purple, red, orange. Those foods are going to be high in antioxidants. antioxidants. Of course, blueberries, any type of berry, high in antioxidants. Tomatoes, believe it or not, very high in antioxidants. Also purple cabbage, because of the dark purple color, very high in antioxidants. And I feel like we all love oranges. It's a super easy food to eat, high in antioxidants for the orange color. So yeah, try to think of that color wheel of the blue, purple, red, orange spectrum, and those are gonna be your foods highest in antioxidants. Okay, so lastly, foods high in iron, I try to incorporate every day to help build uterine lining. So foods high in iron, you know, your green leafy vegetables, so kale, spinach, healthy red meats. Now there's a little bit of controversy on how much red meat to eat, if you should even eat red meat at all for fertility. I eat red meat, I've always eaten red meat, not every day. I would say Josh and I eat red meat once to twice a week, maybe just once a week. And when we do eat red meat, it's high quality, so organic, grass-fed. I know it's gonna be a lot more expensive, but for us, if we're gonna eat red meat, that's what we wanna put in our bodies. None of this conventional red beef, because I don't agree with their farming practices and what kind of living conditions these animals are put in. They're all stacked on, you know, cows are all stacked on top of each other, and I just don't think that's good practice, number one, for the animals, and number two, their health is not optimal, and I don't want to put that into my body. So organic, 100% grass-fed finished is the way to go for beef if you're gonna do red meat. If you're not a meat eater and you like eggs, eggs is a wonderful option for many different reasons. High in iron, high in protein, high in folic acid. This is kind of maybe another topic for another video, but folic acid is very important for us to be putting into our bodies every day when we're preparing to have an embryo transfer or if we want to get pregnant, because folic acid is essential for embryo implantation. It's also essential for a growing fetus. And those of you who have been here a while have heard me talk about eggs a lot in the past, just because the egg is a pretty neat food to eat, because an egg, of course, was a growing chicken. And so it's got all of the nutrition to support a growing chick. And so it's got a lot of essential vitamins and minerals for us to grow a fetus. And I should be eating eggs more often. Eggs are okay. I'm not the biggest fan of eggs, so I don't eat them a lot, but I think it's a really good source of nutrition. And I do plan on incorporating eggs more into like my daily routine. The other food that Josh and I eat a lot are beans, just because we love our Mexican food. So beans and rice, bean burritos. We have like taco night a lot. So beans and lentils are very, very good for our health, for our fertility health, very high in iron and fiber and protein. So if you're not a meat eater, beans and lentils are a great option for protein and iron and fiber. Also, beans and lentils are high in folic acid as well. So beans and lentils are just really good overall for our fertility health. So yeah, so my top 3 foods that I eat every day to help my body prepare for this frozen embryo transfer are a handful of walnuts, a cup of blueberries, and then some sort of protein source. I try to eat like spinach or kale every day, something green every day, slash like eggs. If I don't feel like eating eggs, then like beans or like an organic grass-fed red meat if I want red meat, or chicken, make sure it's organic. So something along those lines. When it comes to, I'm not a huge dairy person, but if I am gonna eat yogurt, I really want it to be organic. That is gonna have the highest amount of nutrition in it. So yeah, or I just really like these little fish, so I'll eat, you know, one of these on top of salad. So sometimes you have to sort of like think outside the box and get creative, but I will tell you that if you focus on your nutrition and try to eat all these different kinds of foods every day, it will really help out your health, help out how you're feeling, help your body out with just being healthy overall, so it doesn't have to work very hard, so it can focus on fertility. So yeah, money well spent, in other words. Josh and I spend a lot of money on food, but we really feel like that's the best thing for us, is putting our money where our mouth is, so to speak, and just really kind of focusing on our health, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. All right, so that'll be it for the video. I hope that was helpful. I hope that kind of simplified maybe the direction you want to go for your meals and what you want to eat every day to help you prepare for your frozen embryo transfer, your embryo transfer. If you're going through IVF, all these foods that I mentioned are really good going through IVF to help support your health and your body as you go through all of that stress of the medications and the surgery and recovery. I mean, and not to mention, I didn't mention like water intake. Make sure your water intake is high. I always add electrolytes into my water in the morning to help with my hydration first thing. So I hope that helps. And those of you going through all of the things right now, best of luck to you. Sending all the baby dust your way. A lot of you guys will tell me your situation, what you're going through currently, that you're either starting your IVF journey or you're you're about to have a transfer or whatnot, or you're waiting for your, your transfer results if you're pregnant or not. And so I always try to kind of like end my response back to you with sending you guys baby dust, that Quinn is sending you baby dust. I wish the very best for those of you watching this. I am trying not to think too much about our next embryo transfer. Nothing's a guarantee, and I want to be a little bit more like open-minded from my last transfer. The last transfer I was totally on guard, thinking it wasn't gonna work, and then like I guarded myself so much that when it did work, I didn't enjoy the pregnancy because I didn't allow myself to, because I thought it wasn't gonna happen and that something was gonna happen to the baby and I really wasn't gonna have this child. And so I'm trying to keep myself hopeful but not too hopeful, excited but not too excited. So there's really that fine line of like how much to allow myself to feel leading up to this. And so I really appreciate you guys' encouragement, your support, your love. I really feel it through your comments, and just kind of means the world to me that you guys care about my situation. And I hope that I've helped you guys out too. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, because it does really help support my channel. I will see you in next month's video, where I'll update you guys on all the details of what's been going on currently with me and how my fertility clinic is handling my situation now that I'm a little bit over 13 months postpartum. So yeah, I will see you in the next video, and always remember to be kind to yourself.